create a number list on your document, you want to type your exam question, or you want to type something that relates to numbering. So this under our home tab, you can select the numbering and bullet options here. As you are seeing my screen, so this is bullet option. So just select a bulletin. So as you are typing a list, just press enter to continue the listing. So it makes our work more well formatted. You can also use number list. Just click the arrow beside this number format here and type any format you want from here. Then just continue to type, press enter, and you can also use it. So I'm just trying to be more brief so that we will not waste much of time on Microsoft Word. Then the same thing for creating. So those ones that I have talked about is on for those that doesn't have knowledge about Microsoft Word. So you can see many things that Microsoft can do, at least to format our document using number list and paragraph formatting and some other things we can do, at least, because I'm very sure everybody just need to know type. Once you know how to type, then what you just need to do is just to highlight. Once you highlight, then you can make it to be left alignment, justify alignment, and centralize alignment, and also have some bold, italics, underline here. If you want to bold your document, you want to give it a font. So, but one thing you must understand is that in Microsoft Word, before any effect can take place, we must highlight it. We must highlight it before any effect can take place. I want to change the font here now to, the font size. This is my font size. I will just need to highlight and give it a font size of 14. I want to change the font itself. I can just change the font here. I want to make it bold. I want to remove the bold, just click it again. I want to italize it, you click on it. I want to remove the italics, you click on it again. I want to underline, you click on it. You want to remove the underline, you highlight and click on it again. You also even have double underline as we have it here. Just click the arrow beside it. So we have many options here. What you just need to do is just to explore everything that we have here so that we will not waste time explaining the word formatting. And to advance it, we have what we call header and footer. This header and footer is just that it makes our work, if you want to have something at the top of your document to be repeatedly, to repeat itself in each page of your document. The same thing as footer. Maybe at the bottom of your document, you want it to be repeating itself. So that don't need to be as we are looking through the document, we know what the document is all about. So that is for the page, and it is also even used to customize a document or to personalize a document. I can just put my name and my matric number as a student at the top of the document, so that in every page, even if somebody want to photocopy the document or want to plagiarize the document, then my name already show at the header or footer of the document. So how do we carry out the footer and header? So we just come to our insert option. From the insert option, we are going to see header and footer. So you can click header. So one of the interesting feature of Microsoft Word is that even from the header, there are so many things you can do from it. You can do your numbering from it. You can do anything you want to do with the header. So don't necessarily be that it will only be text. So you can just select, once you select your header, select any format you want from here. Just select any format you want, then you are good to go. Just select, then it takes you to the document. So you can just click to edit. That's it. You can also add more text to it the way you like it. And these options we have here by default is going to bring these options. That's design option. So this different first page means that the text will appear at the first page, it will not appear on second page. So it means that on first page, it will not appear. On second page, it will appear. On third page, it will not appear. On the fourth page, it will appear. So alternate like that. That is what this option is talking about. This one is that different odd and even page. That is going to take, that is like if you have one, there's going to be another one at the document. I mean at the odd, like 1, 3, 5. Those ones are odd numbers. It's going to be different from what we have on 2, 4, 6, 8 like that. That is this option is all about. And we also have other options here that we can also always explore as time goes on. So that is on header and footer. I also want to go to your header. You can just, to your footer from this design page, you can just click on go to footer. Okay, we have go to footer here. So you can also type your footer. Then you can also do your page number from this page also. This is our page number. Just add the page number you want to add. The page number is that it's going to continue to add the number automatically. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will number it by default. So instead of you putting the page number manually or typing it yourself, you can just add it anywhere you want to add it. So these are some of basic things that we make our creating of documents more, it will give it more look while we are creating the document. Then adding page number, I've talked about it. Then tables. So this is one of the important aspects of document. You can use it to create tables, columns, rows and columns. So how do we create a tables? From our insert tab, just click on the table options. So we can just hover our mouse on the box here. So this will tell us the number of columns and the number of rows that we need. So once we are satisfied with the number of columns and rows that we need, then we can click on it and it will show it out to us. So we can always click. So our tab key on the keyboard, you can use it to move to the next cell. Each box here, our tab key. Use our tab key. I'm very sure we know what the tab key is all about. So let me just show the screen, the on-screen keyboard. So on our keyboard, you are going to see tab key. Some keyboard, they will write it. So this is our tab key. Yeah. So once we click on tab key, it's going to move our line here, and this is our insertion point here to another box. So as we are clicking on it, this particular blinking line here is going to be moving. And one thing is that even if you do not have enough rows here, but if you need more rows to be entered into this table, just click on tab. It's going to automatically put it here. I'm sorry for typing something here. So, but I need more rows to complete, yes, to continue doing my work. You can just click on tab. It's going to automatically add the new rows underneath your table. So this helps you to create even if you don't remember the number of rows you need, just pick any rows that you need. I mean that is available. Then from there you can continue your work from there by clicking your tab. It will be adding itself. So then the next thing, so that is for creating tables. So we have many things we can do with the table, but for time, I will not be able to explain more. So you can always explore more on the tables. Then we also have what we call columns. So these columns is used to divide our document into 2 or 3. So let's say from the page layout here.
Mr. Adegbuyi, you have about 5 minutes more.
5 minutes more on documents.
Yeah, so we appreciate you can expedite the presentation.
Okay, so let me just quickly round up this document. So another aspect that we need to learn on documents is what we call mailings. So, but because of time, I will not be able to explain this main merge again. So, but it's very important. You can always read about the main merge. So one of those things I created with main merge is this report card applications. So main merge is used to create this report card. So you can auto-generate report card using this main merge option. So but you can always read more to learn about our main merge. Now let me just quickly go to Excel. So because I have just 5 minutes more. So what is Excel? So just quickly go through it, but I won't be doing practical on it again. So it is used to create data. You can use it to store data and retrieve data in a grid format, and it can also use to perform financial need. So what screen look like, that is in a row like this, is our columns. And what we have seen here is we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can create more sheets on just, and from there we have our scroll bar from the screen. And this particular indicator here, it will show the So I'm sorry, I think it's that network. So a cell is the combination of a column and rows. So that is, this will show our active cell, a column and a row together, A2. If I place my active cell indicator here, it's going to show me the active cell B2. So, and one of those things we can do with our Excel.
Mr. Tamin, please, you need to turn off your mic. We apologize for that disruption. Please, you can continue, Mr. Digwe.
So, okay, as I've clicked on this active cell now, then it shows the content of this cell. So if I click on this, it will show the content on the formula bar. So that is the use of the formula bar. And we have ribbon as it is on it. So one of those things we need to learn is what we call references in Excel. So we have to call relative, absolute, and structural references. What is relative? Relative is that so it's the point to an address that is relative to the location of the reference cell. Let me just use practical to explain it. For instance, now I want to copy. So this 10 here. So is a. So I want to do a sum total, or a, yes, I want to do a product of this calculation of this price. So this times, product of this and this together. So if I click on it, so what do we mean by relative reference is that if I copy this formula through the other cell, the cell number is going to change. So because that is what we call relative reference. That is the formula, the cell is referencing to the cell, to the active cell at the particular time we are copying the formula. So that is what is it. And it's very important if you are doing some summation like products, you have entered here. So that is a relative reference. And what we call absolute reference is that is a static. That is the cell will not change. And it is important if you want to have a kind of a static number using multiplying. Or I have this person, this employee, and their number of working hours and their salary. So total salary. So the total salary of this person, I want to multiply it with this number of hourly rate. This hourly rate, which is 8 naira, I'm giving this person 8 naira per hour. This person has worked for 11 hours. Now, how do I multiply it? So, but if I use a relative reference, I may not be able to get it correctly, but I want to make this thing to what? Because it's a unique value. So, but if I just say equal to products, this and this together. So what will happen is that the first one will give me the correct answer. If I want to copy the formula to the other cell, I will not get the correct answer. So that because that is relative cell. But how do we now make this 8 to be absolute? To be static is by we making this particular cell to be static by adding a dollar sign before the column and at the front of the row. So once we add a dollar sign to the C7 here, then it to give us an accurate number. So that is what, and for making a set to be static, we can just use our F4 to make it to be static. So, but because of time, we'll not be able to explain more of this. So that is for absolute.
Mr. Adeboye. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you probably actually would need to round off now, but yes, what will happen is we will schedule another time where we can continue on the Excel particularly. We understand we may not be able to fully explore all the opportunities therein in one single training session. So we'll continue to have these training sessions to address some of these issues, inshallah. So you can round off. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So in a summary, so in Microsoft Excel, so we use this to get, majorly it is used for statistical calculations and financial mathematical calculations. So, but online mode, what is the online platform is that it makes our work more secure and more reliable. So how do we get to the G Suite? So once you log into your Gmail account, so from there, you can get options for all Google products from here. So from here, we have Sheets, we have Docs, so just click on this Google Apps here. So once we click on the sheet, for instance, it's going to take us to the Microsoft Sheets, Google Sheet environment. And one of the interesting is that as you are typing, it is saving automatically to your Google Drive. So, and you can also share your document to other collaborators so that they can also add some input and retrieve it all together. So it makes collaboration more effective. I think on this note, I'm going to round up on this. So maybe another time you can do more practical on all these things. So that make it easy for us.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much, Mr. Adegbuyi. I think quickly we move into our question and answer session. I don't know if we have any question at this moment. And if we have anybody, if you want to ask a question, you can do so by show of raise of hand. We would call on you. And also you can send it in through the Q&A section. At this moment, there are no open questions. And if we like, we can also type it out on the chat session. We can always see and always address all of that. Okay, Mr. Murutado Ajiboye, I can see that you are raising your hand. You can unmute yourself to ask the question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Please, I would just want to implore our facilitator, can he share the presentation with us? I think there are some easy to go by steps there that can also be put to use by beginners, as in how to go about each of those ones he could not actually cover.
Mr. Ajiboye, your response? Are we going to have access to the materials that you have used for us?
Okay, no problem. Yes. So I will send it.
All right, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Yeah. So do we have anybody else who has a question?
Yes, Mr. Khalid has a question.
Okay, can go on.
My question is that firstly, how can we get the material for this seminar? For this training,
yes, that's the answer. We'll get the materials, inshallah.
Okay.
Is that your only question?
Secondly, is that at the beginning of the training, it was talking about having a physical training. Is there a way we can have that physical training, or can it be online training also?
Mr. Degui, did you hear the question?
Yes, it depends on the organizers. So it depends on them. So if
we can have a physical training session. We could also have an online training session.
Yeah.
Do we have any other person, any raise of hand, or anybody put any question? Okay. I think okay. I would like to ask one question before we go. I've observed that sometimes there used to be some form of compatibility issues between Microsoft Suites and some of the Google Docs. If you're trying to run, if you've done your work on Microsoft Word and you're probably trying to run it on a Google Doc, possibly you want to share, sometimes you get these compatibility issues. How can that be addressed? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Mr. Degui, did you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I say that's why it is always important that we convert our document to the latest document format, because I'm very sure because some of the document format of G Suite is majorly on the DOCX. So from there, we can also convert most of our documents to DOCX format or MLXX of the Microsoft Office. So, but majorly this compatibility is not always occur, except that if you want to open a a latest document format on an old Office, and then that one can also that one can bring issue. But if you are opening an old format on a latest Office format, then that compatibility is always resolved. And of the time I have done that. And even from the G Suite, you can import your Microsoft Office or your document and your Excel to your G Suite package, either sheet or document. So that one can make our work more also flexible. So
Okay, Jazakumullah Khan. I think at this juncture, we have come to the end of the first training session. We are going to be having a short break now, and then when we return, we'll take the next session, inshallah. So my tech support team, I think we can go on now with the short break. Tech team, are we ready for the advert?
Mr. Akinloye, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Adingle, I think we can proceed now.
All right. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I mean, we want to welcome us all back. I hope we are able to note some of the adverts and some of the services being provided by the companies that we have just featured. It's part of our responsibilities, really, as a group to patronize ourselves, to understand goods and services, and of course, to always be there. So, inshallah, we are going to move on to the next training session, and that is going to be on online storage and conferencing. And to do that for us is going to be Mr. Musin Iksiak and Mr. Musin Anjorin. Inshallah, Mr. Musin Anjorin is a core professional. Is a senior information security and certified ICT professional in both technical and IT governance with more than a decade cognitive experience, working knowledge of IT services management for large-scale operations and detailed procedures, combined with hands-on managerial engagement in the sector and effective personal leadership abilities. He currently works as a team lead with DAVAC and COO of CBT Experts. He was until now the long-time head of information technology of Green Spring School. He was, in addition, an IT administrator at the Elizabeth Toyota Nigeria Limited for a certain period of time. He's a leading chartered information system expert, and he has a Bachelor of Science, degree in Computer Science from Lagos State University, and currently undergoing a Master's in Business Administration at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Mr. Musin, of course, is somebody who, if you've met him, we know he focuses on business strategy, future direction, product development, strategic partnership, and a very strong people manager and a researcher as well as an editor consultant. He's extremely passionate about educating and inspiring people, and he's a proud member of the Computer Society and also business continuing partner of Disaster Recovery Institute International, a member of International Information System Security, and also a member of Society of Digital Information and Wireless Communication. I'm sure by the time we get to listen to Mr. Musin, we would appreciate the wealth of experience that he has had. And of course, we'll also be able to increase our own knowledge and understanding of teleconferencing, particularly, in the days of the new normal. It's going to take us through that for us to look at how we can explore further opportunities using information technology systems. So, Mr. Musin, Bismillah. Hello. I think he's possibly having some technical issues now because. Hello? I think the tech team can reach out to Mr. Musin. I think he's possibly undergoing some technical difficulty there because he had joined and was about starting before he went off.
His speaker is still very much on. I think it's
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I want to strongly believe you can all hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you and we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
brilliant.
can.
So I have another device I can use to test. So let me just Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is a privilege given by the Alimosho professional group to have called on people like me to come and talk on this topic that we have chosen, boosting our productivity with two cardinal points. And the cardinal points are just the storage and then the online conferencing. It's I find it extremely tight to deliver this particular piece before us this afternoon, just because of the time constraint. I know some other time that I delivered this particular topic in 5 days. The participants at that particular period complained I haven't compressed a lot of things. So, and I wondered when this has been put in place for 5 days, and we have a complaint, and I'm going to deliver that under uh, 1 hour. Uh, I just want to appeal to each and every one of us that whatever we might be able to grab within this time constraint, and I believe that in future time that there is still plan to organize some other future sessions so that we can have a better grasp of what we are to what we'll be needing to boost our productivity based on working with storage and then online conferencing. So let me share my slide. I have few things to talk about. I'll just quickly within like 10 minutes run through my slide, then move back, come back to some practical hands-on that we can actually, just like Mr. Adigbu said earlier on, it might be practically impossible for you to be, because of time constraint, to be looking at how we go through this step by step and you'll be following me and having this. It might be practically impossible. So, but just try and listen carefully and look at what I'll be doing. With follow my steps generously, and then I believe that you have a grip of all this. So basically, if you look at it with the emergence of technology and then the business paradigm shift, computing has actually taken over the commercial nerves of the whole industry. So you agree with me, and that's the reason why the organizers have chosen this particular aspect to talk about the storage and online conferencing, which is they are some of the components of the cloud computing. And then looking at the computing and storage infrastructure through web services, whereby these things are provided to you through web services. So cloud computing, you know that is scalable and in a massive way. 99, we just want to be conservative, 99.99 reliable, highly with high performance, and then specific configuration. These capabilities are provided at low cost compared to dedicated infrastructures. So I want to talk. I just want to give a scenario about that. So, but come to this. If you are talking about storage. So some people might be like, what do you mean by storage? Is this storage whereby we store water or what that is? The storage we are talking that the organizer have the intention they have is talking about cloud storage. And then the cloud storage we are talking about is actually looking at it from this scenario. The traditional method of storing data on our hard drives, on our pen drive, or other storage devices, definitely, you know that they have a lot of advantages that you might talk about. But the one of the constraint that we normally have is that when this thing gets corrupt or it gets stolen, So you get all your files lost. So this in the same way, that's when scientists have come about, put work more in the computing aspect and bring about cloud storage, and which acts as just a replica traditional storage for your pen drive, for USB, for those things that you use to back up your file. So cloud storage works by just storing your data on remote surface. The remote surface we are talking about is not the remote services that say, oh, something is in the cloud. Where is it in the cloud? Is it in the moon? Is it in the no. We are talking about the cloud that we are talking about is just a system that is not physically with you, but is somewhere else that is kept in a remote place that you can actually remotely access, and you can back up all your files, you can manage all your files, you can maintain all your files at this particular aspect. So these are what we mean by class storage. And class storage services allows you to save and then efficiently store your data in a remote centers, and certainly allow you to access it from any device that you might talk about, maybe be it web, be it desktop, be it mobile. So the only thing is that it just requires an internet connectivity for you. So the only thing you are just spending your money on, you are spending your money on internet data consumption, wherever you will be able to upload your or modify or share your document presentation and other things to your colleagues. So those are those things. So let's look at, because if you are looking at this, the way you can measure that your productivity is actually working fine is when it is measured against business advantages. So looking at it from the business perspective, so you have that the class storage. The advantage you can have is that you have cost savings. Definitely, there's no doubt. So if you are to save your files on a flash drive, the best flash drive that by the time you spend like uh, 12 months or 18 months, the with good uh handling. So you get having done some the deficiencies on the flash drive and other things. But if you are looking at this, so the cost of buying all those things on the compared to the cost of when you are using it, and the cost of the data that you're actually protecting, so the cost savings is there. The simplified convenience. So you can see that the convenience you're going to have when you just sit on the comfort of your house, or the comfort with your pen, or with your mobile, or the comfort with your laptop, or the comfort with just any device accessing it through the web. You can see the mobility. You can access it on the go. So your file, so enhanced security. You can see that the security is in place, because the security of those things is not your headache any longer. The power is not your headache any longer. The accessibility, availability is going to be able, so it's not your. So these are what form the basis of that. It is scalable, and then on the go, whatever you need is what you're going to use. If you are using like 100 terabytes, so you know that what you need is just 100 terabytes. So you might not be using more than 100 terabytes. So it gives you the cost, your ROI is very, very much more appreciable. You'll be much more appreciable. So looking at the corporate cloud storage providers, so we now want to look at what are those ones that we can talk about. So because of time, and based on what I have the mind to talk about like 5 of them. But just permit me, whichever one I'm able to mention because of my time duration, I'll be able to work with that. So we have the Dropbox, the OneDrive, the Box, and then the Amazon Drive, and then the Google Drive. Those are these areas that I want to. But before I move into any of them, I just want to give you the summary in terms of what they contain, where you can get those things, and then what are the free space, the opportunities you can get, and then in terms of what is the implication on your data usage. We're talking about the OneDrive. The OneDrive, you can access it based on this onedrive.live.com. This is the URL that you can find it. The free space that you can get when you are not going into any commercial, is you can get as much as 5 gig. So if you are a student, if you are a just an upcoming entrepreneur, so I think this still form within the range of what you need to be able to have your this thing. I was talking today with someone. I said that I don't have a laptop and I need to work. I need to do that. But I said that you have your phone, so you have having that your phone. You have a lot of things that you can work with. So that's also the maximum storage, the maximum upload for when you are using a OneDrive is just 2 gig. We have the Dropbox. The URL for Dropbox is actually dropbox.com. So, and then the free space that you can get with Dropbox is 2 gig. The maximum upload that you can get is you can upload is 5 TB. So with that 5 TB, if you are using a commercial version, you can upload at a go as much as 5 TB. You have the Google Drive. The Google Drive gives you it has the URL of Google Drive dot slash drive or drive.googledrive.com. You have the free space of 15 GB, and then we have the maximum upload of 15 GB as well. We have the Amazon Drive. The Amazon Drive is the one at AWS. So you have that Amazon.com. The free space that you can be given is 5 GB.
Hello, Mr. Muxin.
Using for the developers, you can be using you can use when you are doing something of your servers with API. You can use as much as 500 GB, 50 GB. But the maximum transfer upload for ordinary users is just 10 GB. We have the box.
Hello,
the box
Mr. Muxin.
Box.com. So the maximum, the free space is 10 GB, and the maximum is that one is limited because it's just 250 MB that you can transfer as a particular group. We have Yandex disk. Yandex is just disk.yandex.com, and the free space is just 50 GB, and then the maximum upload is just 50 GB. So we have the make. So these are just all those ones that I've actually put in place for us to look at. And so let's just go through one or two of them and look at the features and what we're gonna. I'm very sure I'm going to be starting with the Google Drive, and I'm very sure that every one of us in this on this section has a Gmail account. Whether you have a Google account, whether you have a Yahoo or you have any other, you will surely have a Gmail account. Just because 19% of us will be using Android phone. So if you are using Android phone, definitely you are a Google customer. So with that, so I'll be moving with so to access your Google Drive, it's just for you to just go to your. Okay, so let me unshare my screen and share back again. Wow, what is wrong now? Okay. Resume share. Okay, can you see my screen now? New share. Okay, good, brilliant. Okay, good. So all you just need to do is to go to your google.com. So once you are on your google.com, sign in to your Gmail. So once you sign into your Gmail, so I've just signed in. I'm actually in my Gmail now. So just like Mr. Adegui was actually talking about the collaboration tools that he was talking about when he was talking about some Gmail accounts. I mean, using Gmail account and other things there. So once you are on that, so the next thing for you is to So the next thing for you is to click on the square box control box at the upper the topmost right of your Gmail account. So what you just need to do is to just click here, then you see your drive. So once you click on that drive, this is where you can upload all your files, everything. So I'm just going to talk about the features of the Google, the Gmail drive. So you have the drive itself. You can look at the drive. You have the new here. You have the computers. If you have more than one G Suite account, so you have here to show you the link of what other things that was shared with you. You have as your recently opened file, and then you can have here from, if you look at from this my account now, we're actually looking at using a storage, a free storage of 15 GB, and then it's telling me that I've used 75% of it. So you can get those analysis from here and other things. So if I need to upload a file now, let's say I need to upload one file. So it's just for me to just go here, go to new. So you can upload your file or folder, or upload a folder, or so you can upload a Word file. You can upload a Google Sheet, a slide, or a form. You can also upload all other drawings, map, or whatever cookies that you might have. And you can also go as well for developers to connect to other apps that they have that they need to keep. So these are what. So let me say, just as I said I needed to upload a particular file. So let me just click on file upload. So, but before I go on that, for arrangement's sake, so it's better that you actually organize your drive very well. So to organize your drive, so you have you can create directories just like you are creating folder. So it is called directory on this. So it is called this. So you can just say new. You can just say a folder. So let's say this folder. Once you click on new folder, so you just say this is our APG. So that folder is already created. You can see the folder now. So you can create another one. You just say another folder. So say this is Lagos. So you can be in any of them. You can be in APG. Okay, I actually put APG Lagos inside APG, so I can move it out. So it's something that you can do, drop up and down, and drop. You can drop it and do other ones, and so that is just the way. So what are in your folders? You can actually get a link of this folder. So I'm going to talk about that shortly now. So now let me inside this Lagos now. I just want to I needed to upload a file in it. So once you are in that folder, you can see APG Lagos. So you just say file, you just say new. From that your new, you can file upload. So I can say I just want to upload this COVID-19 test kit. So I can have that. So that will be on. So you can see that I uploaded the file. The file is a COVID-19 test kit JPEG. So it's telling you, it's going to give me the analysis of when did I upload it, the date that was modified last. So it will tell me that, then the size of that file. Then from here now, I can actually share this particular file with other people. So let's say I want to share it with I needed to share this this file with someone. So I'll just say share. So I can just right click on it, and then if you right click on that particular file, it gives you a lot of pop-up. This is a lot of options that you can work with. You can preview, you can open with Google Drive, other links there. You can share, get link, show file, other things, and move. I can move that. You can do that. You can also remove. You can make a copy and other things. So if I actually want to share this, I'm going to click share. So one thing that you must actually look at when you are doing this sharing and other things is that you must look at it. So I'm sharing from there. So those people, you are going to be looking at this. So if I'm sharing with, let's say I'm sharing with this guy, Akbelo, I'm sharing that particular with him. So what else I need to do? I need to look at this particular aspect. And before you can share, there are 3 ways of sharing. You can share a particular file with someone that is just going to be viewing it. He won't be able to download. He won't be able to. He can only view it. So you can share a particular document with someone that you'll be able to just comment on it. So or you can share, which is the top level right that you have there to be able to edit. So if you want someone to download, the next thing you can do to the person is to just click on editor. So and you can say notify people that is, so you can add as many email as possible to it, but remaining from spam sake. So the number of email that you can spend, it depends on it depends on the server that you are using. That will determine whether you can send up to like 500 or 1000 email without using an email machine. So you can just put this is for you. So you can put your email there. Then so the next thing for you is to just say send. So if you send like this, so the person is going to receive. You can see, because this is an enterprise account. That is why it's telling me that, hey, okay, what you are sending to Akbelu and dbcarchitect.com, which is out of your Google Workspace organization. So do you still want to share the document to the person, or that? So you can just say share anyway. So that is one thing on there. So that's on the Google Drive that I have actually talked about. So what are features that you should know that Google Drive is just it has a free version, it has an enterprise version, and it has a business version. So it is provided by Google. This type is, it stores files, it stores phones, it stores photos, it stores other collaboration tools that you can use. Then you can use it, you can access it through your PC, you can access it through your tablet, you can access it through your mobile, and then it offers as free as 15 GB. Now the features you can use it to build your document, you can use it to build your sheet, you can use it to build your slide. It provides a real-time synchronization. Because the other time engineer Aregbe was talking about that this particular if you are using a collaboration tool whereby two people can be working on the same document. If you are, so let's say, as I've shared this, if it has been a Word document that I've shared with the person, I'll be able to look at the person, what the person have seen, what the person have the time that the person have seen it, if the person has actually worked on it, it will show the person those particular steps. So you can know that this tool can be also used on all Windows, whether it is Mac, whether it is Windows, whether it is Linux, or whether it is Unix, it can be used. So it allows you to store document up to 1 million characters, spreadsheet up to 5 million cells, presentation up to 100 MB, and Google site up to 200,000 character per page. So these are 20,000 character per page. So those are those things that we must know about Google. But because of time, also I want to pen this way and quickly move to the next segment that we are supposed to talk about, which is online conferencing. So online conferencing generally is just an app that allows participants to conduct or attend meeting via the network or via the internet. Mark my word, I said via the network. You can have an online conferencing that is just a custom built that will only work within your organization. For instance, if you are using an elastic conference apps that you can use within your network, it has a community version. It has, so you can use it to use just like your intercall or your model, your intercom model, and other things like that. So it enables you. So this particular what we are talking about is that it enables remote meeting based on 3 things. Number 1 is voice over internet protocol. The second one is the online videos, instant messaging. They are all on the same thing. Then file sharing and then screen sharing. So those are those things. So let's flash our mind back to pre-COVID era, around January, when the COVID was coming up. Immediately COVID came in, for a lot of workers in the world, for workers that deal with information oriented workers, Nigeria not excluded. Working at home now is now a norm. You can see we are having these sessions. You are in your respective areas. Someone was asking them that can they have a physical training? You can actually, the world is actually drifting away from that physical training to virtual training. So whatever you might be able to do, You can do your meet, you can do your trainings, you can do your workshop, you can do every section virtually. So working home now, so without mixing words together, we will be hearing as the second wave of COVID-19 is actually trending. Now, 3 days ago, the governor, the executive governor of Lagos State is actually going into isolation. So, well, self-isolation because of what? Because of the pandemic. It means that the much acclaimed that the second waves of the COVID is still going to be, so it's going to become a long-term trending, which is going to last into 2021. And if careful is not taken, it might go beyond. So you can see, so, and one of the major contributor to this success is that why people have been able to work now to go with their means of livelihood, means of that is because of there have been a web application, video conferencing, people can interact with a lot of things. So what are those features of the online conferencing? So number one is that we must know that there is a room for presentation or webinar. There are rooms for audios and video quality. There's room for screen sharing. There's room for online meeting. There's room for collaboration. With collaboration, you know that there's going to be live chat, audience polling. There are going to be question and answer. There's file sharing and other things. Then other areas that we can, for your concern that you might be that definitely is security and mobility. On the go, you are doing what security is highly secure because it is encrypted, it is end to end. So whatever you are doing from this end to the other end is actually captured. So this is key. There is conference call, multiple participants, and then running product demo, and then trainings, meeting schedules and recording. Those are the features that a particular online conferencing application must have. So having look at the background that we have talked about, so we actually want to look at one of them that so I need to turn on this voice so that you can hear me. I can hear you rightly. Can you hear me? Okay, brilliant. So
Yes, you can hear.
So improving working productivity with Zoom. So we actually want to first of all look at Zoom. So with Zoom, before I look at the features, the interface and other things, which is what we're actually using, I just want to talk about some of the salient things that that can aid your productivity when you are using it, so that we start living from the past era. So the first thing is that for you to be more organized, you can use Zoom to automatically schedule your meeting and let people know about them. This is key. The second one is that you can create your recurrence meetings and save the settings and just in one URL. So you don't need to be just like the APG, this seminar, the same link that was used last time could be used this time. So you can use the same link for the same session because it's going to be recurrent. So that is where recurrent. So it makes you much more. So I can plan myself for like a month. I've scheduled myself, so I know what I'm going to do. This, I know what I'm going to do. This, I know what I'm doing. This. So these are other things that we must. So it gives you can see who is attending and collect information of them. So the attendees, you can collect their information. You can also give attendees a waiting room. There's one thing we call a waiting room, whereby you use a waiting room, just like in the classroom. In the classroom, you know that attendees actually will come and say, okay, when students are coming to the school, it is the teacher that has the room, that has the right, that has the control over the classroom. So the teacher will just come and then stay by the door. It is the same thing that the waiting room is serving. The waiting room is actually serving the purpose of not letting every autumn dick and harry enter into your classroom, but only the approved or the approved participant to come into that room. So the next one is that you can give a co-host call. And something urgent quickly come up. So that's where a delegation comes from. You can delegate your meeting time to someone else, whereby the person is taking control of that meeting, and you are doing something, and you quickly attend to something else, and you come back and take over your meeting again. So the next one is that you can record your meeting. It gives you opportunity to record your voice, your call, as a video for future reference. So a teacher has taught a class, has taught a session, and you don't need to necessarily repeat that particular thing. You can actually go there and then just replay back what you have actually taught. So in other advanced countries, we call it Scrum. We call it Scrum method, and there are some professors that their work, they are lecturers, but their work is just to work, the vet what lecturers have actually worked on, and then they put that in place. That's what they are putting back to some other participants, to other students, maybe in Harvard or in Manchester and whatever, call it, they do not name the high class schools, universities. So that's what, so then it gives everyone a chance to speak. When it is time now, it is time, you can give anybody to raise hand to do other things. So it has those features. Then you can have a collaborative annotation section in Zoom, just like we are using it. You can collaboratively, can actually ask any of the participants to
Mr.
come
Muksin,
up
can you hear
now
me?
and use whatever feature that we have on it, and then do a demo. I can write something on the wall, and the participant also will feedback. I can get instant feedback whereby the participant can write whatever answer there. You are taking
Mr. Muksin,
a
can you
lower
hear
class,
me?
a lower primary school. Sorry, Mr. Adele, can I hear you?
Yes, you have 5 minutes more, please.
Wow. Okay. So the next, the last one I just want is just to collect feedback and improve your processes. So you can collect your feedback. You can, just like this webinar now. So, and we must know that there are two types of Zoom sections. We have webinar, we have a meeting session. What we are using now, whereby we have the panelists are screened away from the other participant, is called the webinar. But whereby everybody is in the same room, is called meeting. So I just want to give us some of the features about this stop share. Let me just bring you. Wow. So, so one of the features that we can have is that Zoom has a Galleria. The Galleria is that these are the features. We have the audio section, we have the video section, we have the invitee section, we have the participant section, we have the share screen, and then we have the chat, we have the record, we have the end meeting section. So one of the other things that I want to mention on Zoom is that you can do a new meeting. You have the icon new meeting, the join meeting, we have that, and then we have the schedule section. We have the, so if you are using your mobile, these are those things that we can actually. So let me just quickly move to Google Meet. The next one that I just want to talk about is Google Meet. So the Google Meet is a product also by Gmail, by Google. It came up previously. It was Google.com.
Hangout.
Okay. During the advent of coronavirus, and when it was on, previously Google was using Google Hangout, whereby it has a session of 25 participants to talk to, do collaboratively work on a particular project and other things. But immediately, Zoom was ravaging the whole economy. So Google rebranded their Google Hangout and they call it Google Meet and release it to users. So one of those things features that it's having the same features like Google Hangout, but with some advanced features with it. With Google Hangout, you have 25 maximum participants, but with Google Meet, you can have as many as 250 participants, unlike the Zoom that you can have as much as just name it more than 1,000. So those are the basic category that we can have within all these areas. We can have this. Then to launch a Google Meet, just go to meet.google.com, or if you are I'm talking on the web now. If you are using the mobile, is you just go to the Play Store and download. If you are using an Android phone, you just go to the Play Store and download Google Meet. If you are using an iOS, you go to the iOS store and then you download your Google Meet iOS version. Then once you like, so you just to click on to start a new meeting. Is to just click on that. You will be presented with a plus sign, and that plus sign is to just tell you that you can start your meeting. You can schedule your meeting. Whatever that you want to do. So when I click on join or start a meeting, the person that is actually to setting up the meeting. So because you are hand joining, so once I say continue, so it presents you with a dialog box, and that dialog box gives you that the account you are using at the right hand side, you will see it. Okay. Okay, so so you can see now it tells me my sheet. Okay. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you, but we appreciate if you can round off.
Wow. Okay. My last so that we can round up with that. It's just that other conferences applications that we can use apart from Zoom, apart from Google Meet, is just web-based. You can use Skype. You can use the Microsoft Team that is being which is a business messaging application voiced built by Microsoft around the Office 365 application. So I would appreciate if other sessions can be arranged by the organizers so that we can trash up other areas that we are able to get it. Thank you so much for the opportunity to contribute this little quota of mine. I appreciate the organizers. Thank you so much. Thank you for the participants and other panelists for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Jazakumullah Khairan Kathira, for the presentation. Inshallah, I think we dive straight to the question and answer segment. If there's anybody who has a question, you can indicate by raise of hand. We can also, of course, type in our questions in the Q&A session, as well as send the VAR chat. We'll be able to capture all of that. What's important is you get your question across, inshallah. So I have, I'm not sure. Okay. Do we have show of hands? Mr. Murtado Ajiboye, are you just raising your hand now?
Yes, I'm just doing that.
Okay, please go ahead with your question.
I'm just raising up the hand now.
Go ahead with your question.
Assalamu alaikum. I want to appreciate our facilitator. My question is a direct one. The security, last week we had a webinar about hacking, security, online security of data. And you are giving us an assurance about the security of all these Drive, the Zoom platform, all these online conferencing tools. Do we have data to show this that they are actually safe and secure, that data can't be hacked or manipulated, particularly when the first presenters talked about using Google Sheets to present financial data? Can't those data be manipulated? As in, for example, company present their audit account, let's say for bank, they present audited account to the central bank. Can't those things be hacked or manipulated, and we'll be seeing something else than what is actually state of the company? Maybe bogus figures just included by a third party or a loan force. How can you tell us more about the security of all these items? Because confidentiality is of key in using those, particularly for personal or financial records of individual involved.
Okay. Mr. Dele, do I have your permission to go ahead? Hello?
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank Mr. Ajiboye for the question. When I was making the earlier presentation, some of the clarification that I'm supposed to have mentioned is that the question that might cross the mind, and which Mr. Pedro raised last time, and then is that how secured is my data with a cloud storage? Since your data is stored remotely rather than in your premises, then apprehension about data theft and privacy are obvious. So we must know that to actually, so wherever you now want to put your files, you must also have ascertain that is the company actually doing data encryption and privacy. So with this, you'll be rest assured that while your data is in transit, it will be safe. So if you to nip the bird on the head is that the data security, confidentiality, and then privacy is very key. It's a protocol that everybody must observe, and that's why you find out that a lot of laws, policies are coming into place. So, but as users, one of those things you must clarify on whichever platform you want to put your files, you want to put your details, is that what is the data privacy, what is the confidentiality policies of these people. So are they putting processes in place? If you are there is no, I can confidently tell you that there is no 100% secured system in the whole world. Let me give you an instance. Every year, Microsoft we give a challenge out that competitions should be held for whoever that can break into their system. Because just like we are in December now, very soon now they will start the process whereby people will for all their processes, because they want to see it immediately once a system has been up for like sometimes their means for relax and other things, and that's where hackers will always penetrate, and that's where we have our upgrade and patches and other things that have to be put in place. So to summarize it is that whichever site that you want to make as your choice, you must look at those things. What is their encryption policy? What is their data security, their confidentiality processes and privacy policies? What are they? That is when you can choose that, okay, this is where. And to greater extent, Google has that because every moment they review that. Microsoft does that. Every moment they do that. Those are because they are team players, and that's why we have last year Yahoo was also hacked. So, but they have to work with it. So you must have that at the back of your mind, and that's why I would also recommend that if you are doing an online storage, backup must be decentralized to other areas whereby where you can have access to, not necessarily. And that's why Engineer Pedro said that if you want to do if you want him to advise, you should do the both, do online and offline. That's what. Thank you so much.
Okay. Do we have any other questions as we gradually move to the end of this session? Excuse me. Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question. Hello, sir. Can you hear
Please go ahead.
Hello,
Mr.
go ahead.
Tony.
Yes, I can hear you.
me? Hello, can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay. My question is this: when you were talking about the use of office suits your time, and I want to ask that these office suits, you cannot, the way you use them on your phone are different from the way they are easier used on systems and computers or laptops better than the phone. So how can you use it better while using your phone? So that's the question.
On your phone, if you are using your web, because mobility is basically on two things. It's either on web or on application. So if you are using it on your phone, if you are using the web version on your phone, not necessarily the application now. So there is a tool, if there is a desktop version on your web, that is mobile. So if you are not conversant with the application mode, you can use the web one on your phone and using the desktop version of the web on the phone. So with that, you can, because the major policies behind making an application is to make for not necessarily bringing the official that we have on web to the mobile. So that's why that has been put in place. So if you're not using the application, if you're using the web, I would recommend that you use the desktop application mode on your phone. By that, you can get acquainted until you are well acquainted with the application mode that have been presented to you by the provider. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I have another question, sir. And that is, do you have the link or the website to those web versions?
Yeah, I'm going to send in my presentation so that the organizer can share it with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir.
I have a question here.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is, can there be any conflicting issue when you have two types of storage on your system? Like me, I have Google Drive, I store on it. Later, I use OneDrive. I now see that my system becomes slower than the usual one. But later, my OneDrive was full. So since then, to upgrade it, 5 gig is already full, but OneDrive the Google Drive is not full. To upgrade it was somehow difficult. I don't know, maybe it is the Nigerian bank credit that is causing problem or not. So, but what can I do to separate this? Or maybe I should be using Google Drive or OneDrive. So how can I do this?
If I can get your questions right, is that you have the two apps, the two applications residing on your system. Um, then one is full, one is not full. Um, what you can do is for all those applications, the good thing is about them is that they have a desktop app. So the only thing that is going to require from you is just your bank account, which is your the money that you use to get data. That's what I mean by your bank account. So don't think that I'm saying that your your GTV or whatever bank that. So basically, if you can download all those things back on your desktop and then analyze which files do I still need, which files don't I, you can maintain your files with that, whereby you free some space. If you already have, oh, this is updated, because sometimes we duplicate files both on drives generally. You can go there and analyze. And so for Google Drive, it has a desktop version. You can put everything down on your Google Drive on your desktop. For your Microsoft OneDrive, you can put everything. For your Dropbox, you can put down anything. For your Yandex, you can put everything down. For your Boss, you can put everything down. So for your AWS, but you can put everything down. So from there, with that, you can analyze what you have on those drives and look at it. Which one do I need? Which one I don't need? So whichever one that you need, whichever one you're doing this, you can analyze from there and then give a verdict based on your own conclusion on it. So it's not necessarily the application that is making your system slow. It's actually perhaps it's a malware that is making your system, because that is just a file. There are sometimes one of the beauty thing about this online storage is that the security, the malware, the cleaning, the antivirus mode is always activated. So if you have your files that have been virus uploaded in that one, it will be deleted. Because those are those things, services that have been added on, that have been added with the provider. They don't allow virus malware to be uploaded into their sites. Once it will be deleted, it will be deleted immediately. So that is it. So you should just in a conclusion is that put down all your files on your desktop, analyze it, and then the one that is up, you can now return other ones back up. And then once you put them down, as you are deleting, it's synchronizing back, and you are getting everything resolved. That is what I can say. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Adele. I think I'm done.
All right. Okay. Do we have anybody with another question? I think we're past our time, but okay. I don't think there's anybody else with any question again. All right. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Mr. Musin, for the presentation and the answers to the question. I believe, inshallah, we would definitely have more sessions like this to continue to discuss. The reality of the game is this is going to be a new normal as we move forward. Even after COVID-19, a number of corporates are beginning to understand that they can cost considerably by utilizing online processes and procedures, as well as applications that are available. And of course, service providers are also improving on some of the features of these applications. It's where we are moving to. It's a product of exigencies, but then it's something that's actually coming to make things better. So we have to see how we can plug in adequately, how we can effectively utilize, and how we can maximize the use of these applications. We appreciate every one of us for our presence, and at this juncture, I would want to call on Mr. Isaka Adeboye to please give us the vote of thanks and, of course, close the session for us. Mr. Isaka Adeboye, you can please unmute.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay. I, on behalf of the professional group Alimosho Zone and the entire team that supported this program one way or the other, and on my behalf, extend a hearty vote of thanks to co-speaker for gracing your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for one, Mr. Kazim Adegui, who explained Microsoft and Google Suite. And also, I must mention our Mr. Musin Isiaka Anjoni. His appreciation for knowledge and conferencing. We are all inspired by your great words. I also wish to express my gratitude to Mr. Abrazak Lambo, guest from Office of the Software General of the Federation, for providing gripping and exciting welcome speech. Further, I'm also very grateful to the technical team for their good job. Well, Mr. Chairman, executives and gentlemen, you know, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a best eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of the professional group, Alimosho Zone, who know their job and are result-oriented. Thank you so much. I thank Allah for making it easy for us to conclude this training series today. We pray unto Allah to make it beneficial for each and every one of us. I pray He makes us all better Muslim professionals in all of our endeavors. Allahumma ameen. Jazakallah khairan.
Amin wa yakun. All right, I think we can effectively close at this juncture. So let's jump to recite Surat al-Asr. We drop this event to a close. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wal-Asr. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. So till we see us again.